And the way this game works is that each player is going to be choosing a faction to play as, and they're going to have a specific ability as well as their own deck of cards that you're going to be drawing from. This is going to make each of them play a little bit differently and create a lot of variability depending on who you're playing as well as your opponents. But in this game, each player is going to be managing a hand of 6 cards, and there's going to be a few different cards you can have in this game, but the main ones are the creatures. And you're going to be trying to control the most creatures by the end of the game, and when you put a creature out, it does belong to you, but what's really interesting about this game is that other players can actually steal your creatures if they're able to deal enough damage to it. The way this is done is by marking each of the creatures with a token, with each of the tokens being associated with each of the individual players. On a turn, you're going to be drawing a card from your deck and then playing a card to any of the open spaces out on the board. If it's a creature, it's going to have that attack power as well as potentially some special abilities, and you'll be able to use those abilities to manipulate other areas on the board or attack other creatures within range, hopefully taking them into your own possession. Other than that, there are location cards which affect other cards on the board, and they might add boost to the cards around them or even allow you to destroy other cards, removing them from the board. Spells work similar to the locations, but instead of playing these ones out onto the board, they're going to be giving you a special ability that you can just use on your turn, and you're allowed to use any amount of spell cards that you'd like. These just get discarded once they're used, but they do give you a nice little advantage, so you do want to be strategic with them. The game just continues like this, with players playing cards into the board, using those locations and spell cards in order to augment their turn in various ways. Then once the board's completely full, the game's going to come to an end, and then the player that has the most control out on the board is going to be the winner of the game. But if there is a tie, then it's the player who played last that loses, because they do also have the advantage of the final say. So if they're not able to tip the scales in their favor in that final turn, then they are the loser of the game. And if you do want to check this one out, I will have it linked in the description down below.